Fortnite throughout the past year has been on quite the journey, starting and ending with the launch of a brand new chapter, as Epic Games are on their annual leave now, with only 4 downtime updates occurring this season, as we're currently in the second v23.10, with them already testing the last one, version 23.40, as they're ahead of the game. We already know what's upcoming in this first update of 2023, which we're going to be covering all in today's video, ranging from first person to new game mechanics and even ways to travel around the island. All these changes coming to the game are insane, so trust me, you won't want to miss anything. Stick around until the end, as you also just witnessed a mirror get smashed, which means 7 years bad luck if you don't. However, very quickly before we dive into it all, one favour I ask of you guys, considering it takes 2 seconds and is 100% free to do, is enter my creator code FM1 3 digits inside the Fortnite item shop. As you guys know, this not only puts a huge smile on my face, but also cheers up Charlie the charcoal pug, who's been kinda sad about the fact he knows 70% of you watching right now are not subscribed. With that said, hit the big red button now, as we're on our first initial push to 3 million subscribers, and after all, it only benefits you, as I do give different subscribers every single day. So if you ever want to receive something, simply make sure you subscribe to the channel with all notifications turned on, and then comment your Epic Games ID down below and let me know what you'd like to receive, so perhaps you could be gifted like this on screen in front of hundreds of thousands of eyes to see in the next video. But with that said, now enough messing around, let's dive into all the Fortnite 2023 update details, so make sure of course you don't go anywhere.
Don't go anywhere.
I'm not, I'm sitting on my
Don't
back.
go anywhere.
First and most importantly, as previously mentioned, Epic Games of course are on annual leave over the Christmas period now as a company, so this means 2 things. One, we're not going to be getting 23.20, the next update or first one of 2023, until, well, 2023 or next year itself, and as previously speculated, we're not going to be getting the version 23.11 update, a minor downtime one implementing perhaps a 15th present like we got last year for Winterfest, granted by Epic Games for so many server issues. Don't get me wrong, from looking at the game's files right now, there's a ton of unreleased cosmetics in here, even to do with Klombos, this loading screen that I know everybody wanted. Any of these could be granted at any time, some of the smaller ones as a 15th present, as I doubt they would give us a free skin again, as there's already 3 this year, and considering Chapter 4 is kind of broken with all the glitches, if the servers go down on top of that the first day we're able to open Sled Ready Guff, my bets are on the unicycle emote being the 15th present, as it's been in the files for so long. On to our second point, speaking of what's in the files but not able to be seen in here as decrypted cosmetics, rather so encrypted, is the January crew pack. I don't know if you guys saw the trailer for the December crew pack that they released halfway through this month or after the launch of Chapter 4, almost looking like a movie, which people are literally saying could be well on track to being a Fortnite movie in terms of the quality. Hopefully this is the start of Epic Games putting a lot more effort into the Fortnite crew introductions, specifically with what's going to be introduced, or should I say be returning in a different form, Midas, which many people believe to be this variant of him on the Fortnite skin surveys, another snapshot form of him but not directly, well, Midas just dressed differently, as the codename for the January crew pack, believe it or not, is Golden Guard. Many people at first thought it was to do with the last reality, as obviously the last reality, the Herald, specifically ended Reality Zero, which is actually on the island now. She's shrunk, being morphed into the reality tree for this particular location that can now be destroyed from the once was indestructible big giant tree on the island. Despite the last reality not being a forefront of the storyline now, as Geno has been introduced in his first available form, being the Ageless. Of course, Donald Mustard tweeted out the storyline direction for this season, or the start of this chapter. Fortnite will never be finished. The whole idea is that it's a living, breathing place. What you are experiencing today is so much closer to our earliest imagined order than ever before. I hope you love it. That said, we are still just getting started. Is this implying the imagined order is once again at the forefront of the storyline with the introduction of Geno, and perhaps Dr. Sloan isn't dead from us literally seeing she got the hatch door shut on the tank before slammed down by the Mecha Team robot's hand, and also 2 different snapshot variants of her being on the recent Fortnite skin surveys. Next up, rotating to something different, however, or should I say rotating throughout the item shop, before Christmas on the 23rd and 24th, as you can see, we're not only getting Snow Dancer, being the character sat on the couch next to this winter version of Jones that we've already seen rotate throughout the item shop in prior years, but as you can see on December 24th from the same tweet as well, Giannis, this basketball player that obviously was shown in this teaser trailer about what's upcoming in December, all the collaborations that have already came, Mr. Beast, My Hero Academia, and then obviously Giannis on the 24th or Christmas Eve. These are arriving in perfect time for, well, the 25th being Christmas Day or the big day, which I only ask you guys for my Christmas present to pop code FM1, literally 3 digits once again inside the Fortnite item shop. It would make my Christmas. Speaking of those collaborations shown in the trailer, or specifically Mr. Beast, however, you could be owed V-Bucks for purchasing one of the cosmetics within his set. Fortnite Status tweeted out, "We're aware of an issue where the wrapped and revved glider was priced higher than intended. This has been fixed. We will be granting 400 V-Bucks to players who previously purchased the glider separately from the Mr. Beast 6000 bundle at a later date." Of course, there's been a slip up by Epic Games too recently that granted players 500 V-Bucks from implementing already existing cosmetics, not new ones, being the Snicked emote and the Adamantium claws into the Reboot Rally program. Despite the Reboot Rally V-Bucks already being being added to our Fortnite accounts, with Epic Games being out of office until what is believed to be around January 10th, as all the update dates speculated are on screen right now. Don't be not playing Fortnite until then, especially if you already haven't unlocked the Chrome Punk skin, which expires January 1st or early 2023, alongside all of the reboot of friend cosmetics, including the Xander skin as the final one, or just everything in general to complete his set. With the recent end of the Mr. Beast Challenge or Cup, with this player earning $1 million over a 142,000 plus score, him alongside 99,999 other people will have had granted this umbrella glider onto their account already, looking like this for those that haven't seen it yet. This will not only be one of the rarest umbrellas in Fortnite, but rarest gliders or cosmetics overall, because only 100,000 people out of all the millions of people who play Fortnite have it. Fun fact, there's 34 umbrella gliders within Fortnite, all of which are on screen right now, and I want to know how many you have by commenting below how many you have in your locker. Speaking of cosmetics, the next installment of an exclusive skin that could become rare has been announced by Fortnite on their official verified Twitter, available this holidays, being the Gilded Hunter Pack. For those that don't know, this is an Xbox Series S console which comes along with a total of 9 in-game cosmetics and virtual currency for Fortnite, Rocket League and also Fall Guys, all owned by Epic Games, costing a total of $299 US. I'm going to try and get a hold of one of these and give it away on my Twitter, linked in the video description down below, so make sure you follow me over there because I give away a ton of stuff, V-Bucks, packs, you name it. As for giving stuff away, and speaking of Twitter though, Fortnite have just reminded us to, well, open our daily presents, which is annoying considering they didn't update cosmetic-wise in the files any New Year ones for 2023. For 2021 we got this one of a balloon being popped for 2020 and rearranging a new one into 2021. For 2022 we got even more rotate throughout the item shop, as you can see all of the ones on screen right now that I've managed to gather from a recording last year. But again, from looking in the game's files, there's currently nothing 2023 specific related in here showing the number of the year we're entering, other than the firework display that's returned and already been leaked, only difference being it shows the number 2023 instead of the prior years. Maybe we'll get a free reward for watching this at least one time it occurs, as it does every single time. A new time zone of the world enters New Year, so you may witness it more than once on January 1st, 2023. After that we'll have to wait another 9 days till the supposed release date of 23.20, which obviously won't be bringing straight away Creative 2.0 as we're expecting to see released in 2022. I'm guessing they're waiting until the release of Season 2 to launch this alongside First Person, which we're going to be further going over more in just a second to maintain the overall interest in Chapter 4 of Fortnite. But just before we dive into that bigger news, including the return of Klombos potentially too, and them being winged or flying animals that we can ride, what's been right in front of our eyes this entire time, even shown to us in the trailer, is not only this Recon Hawk item, which isn't in the game yet, which I'm guessing is going to be upcoming in one of these updates this season, but either way, we know for definite this shield item, which now is called the Guardian Shield, that data miners have managed to find and pull into game early, looks like this, obviously kind of showing Geno's back-bling shield, then actually bursting outwards into plasma, giving us a huge hologram for not only us, but for our teammates to get behind in terms of cover. Speaking of us waiting for the release of Creative 2.0, which seems like forever now, believe it or not, with the introduction of this and UEFN, supposedly Tim Sweeney said that we're going to be able to make our own skins, not just like a random customization feature, such as Maya in Chapter 2 Season 2, or the custom build umbrella in Chapter 2 Season 3, or any of the others we've previously seen. Instead, well, this kind of whole customized system, which they initially started working on, as you can see Hypex has an image attached in this tweet, a very early build of it, as you can see it must have been in Chapter 1 from the menu layout, and hopefully with the introduction of this we can get an update on the weapons modification, as the only thing we can do to them now, or vehicles, is wrap them. The moment you've all been waiting for, however, is now here with the introduction of First Person, just like we saw Zero build in the release of Chapter 2 Season 2, which literally removed what Fortnite's motto was, the battle is building, all the way back when Battle Royale launched in the initial trailer. This was so cleverly done as they integrated it into the storyline with the press of this button by Dr. Sloan in that particular Chapter 2 Season 2 cinematic, which permanently lasted for 2 weeks or just a week or so, but then of course was introduced alongside other normal build modes as a permanent thing we could select to play in. For those that don't know, we saw First Person for the first time way back in the Chapter 2 Season 2 device live event from this glitching out for players, putting them in this POV. It was obvious to me back then they were eventually going to do this, but obviously now they have not only the challenge of implementing it, which Chapter 4, from looking at it as a whole, considering it is the smaller of all 4 islands we've seen, I definitely think it will correlate nicely, but also then working it into the storyline as they've been updating it so many times in the game's files throughout Chapter 3. How can they naturally integrate it and then obviously spread across both the different dynamics of Fortnite now, build and also Zero build? I can definitely see it working better in Zero build, as of course here's a concept of what building looks like, literally just right in front of your face. It's all in the way. This POV2 may even be more terrifying for the return anticipated of Klombos, despite in 23.00 the Chapter 4 launch update for Season 1 them being vaulted or completely taken out of the files. This literally doesn't make sense from them initially being vaulted. Obviously Epic Games knew that everybody wanted them to return, and despite them putting a Klombo skull on the outskirts of the Rave Cave, they updated them multiple times in the files, making them so when they return they can be eliminated and drop a tremendous amount of loot and meat. Then also adding a Klombo dance when we go near them and emote with specific sounds they start vibing out to whatever we're dancing to also. And then last but not least, what people believe to be upcoming, a winged version of them as they're already a dragon-like creature, thanks to the flying rideable animals leak, and hopefully this makes use finally of the saddler that we saw initially used on a boat by Meowscles, kinda sketching it in the Chapter 3 Season 3 trailer. As we've already got motorcycles now, considering in a prior update, despite them being worked on so many times, they were taken out of the coding entirely. Hopefully this means they're going to be returning in Chapter 4 Season 2 alongside all the other huge features we've mentioned today. If you like the sound of that, drop a like in today's video and subscribe to the channel with all notifications turned on. In terms of other videos, make sure to click this one on screen right now, however, but most importantly, hopefully I can catch you in the very next video I publish on the channel.